Erik Ten Hag convinced he is part of Ineos' plans going forward. Raphael Varane exit plan revealed, and shock return to management for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. These are some of the stories we will be discussing on the show this morning. But before we jump into that, please smash a like on today's video, subscribe to the channel if this is your first time watching, and let's get straight on into it. So let's start the show off with some positivity, as we always like to do here on Daily Red Devil. And that is a story that came out this morning that apparently Manchester United teenager Jack Kingdon is apparently going to be called up for the Manchester United squad to face Bournemouth today. Now, I know some people will be saying, I don't know who this person is. Why are we celebrating this? We've got injuries. That's why it's happened. But still, it's incredible when Manchester United bring through youth players and they then are part of the first team. Obviously, we saw Harry Amas, the very talented left back, part of the squad against Liverpool on Sunday last weekend. Obviously, he didn't feature in the game, but he still was part of that matchday squad, was on the bench, and still just got that experience. And, you know, we need to continue with this conveyor belt of bringing people through from the youth. That's what Manchester United have been known for over, the last 100 years. Developing players and then bringing them through to the first team. We've obviously seen Marcus Rashford, Kobe Mainoo, Mason Greenwood, McTominay, like Willy Campoala. We've had so many good players who've come through our youth academy. Garnacho, obviously he came from Atletico Madrid, but he has been developed with us over the last 2, 3, 4 years. And I think it's such an important thing, and it's so ingrained in Manchester United's identity. So well done to Jack Kingdon. Only born in 2005. That's absolutely crazy, yeah. So he will be part of the squad today, 18 years of age, will apparently be on the bench for the game against Bournemouth. And what I want you guys to do is I want you to get in the comment section now and let me know what your score predictions are for Manchester United Bournemouth. 5:30pm kickoff here in the UK. We will be live as soon as the game finishes for our match reaction, so make sure you subscribe if you are a new viewer on the channel. Let's move on to the next story. Let's talk about some more trivial top transfer related topics, because I know a lot of people are really interested in what Manchester United will be doing this summer. So Sky Sports this morning are apparently saying that Manchester United are going to target lots of players from Serie A this summer, which is interesting. And they even go on to say that there will be players leaving Manchester United to go to Serie A. And also players coming from Serie A to Manchester United. Now, we know that we're heavily linked to Scalvini from Atalanta. The centre-back looks like a really, really talented player. He didn't play against Liverpool on the weekend. I think he was injured. But 20 years of age, centre-back, obviously playing his football for Atalanta in Serie A. That's one of the players we're heavily linked to. We're also linked to Edison, who's also at Atalanta, a CDM. Again, a very, very good player. Somebody who I think would really, really do well at Manchester United. 24 years of age. Was really good in that game against Liverpool in the Europa League the other day. In relation to people leaving Manchester United, apparently Inter Milan are looking to put in an offer for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, so we'll keep you updated on that one. Obviously, Crystal Palace are also interested in him, so I think there will be, at least 2 or 3 clubs heavily interested in Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I think I even saw West Ham were interested as well. So let's hope we can get a decent bit of money for Wan-Bissaka. I think he is a good player. I don't think he's, a player who's going to take us to the next level, in my opinion. I think defensively, he's really good, but going forward, I think he's pretty poor. And I think Erik Ten Hag really relies on his fullbacks being able to get forward and offer something in a attacking sense. And I don't think Wan-Bissaka does, to be honest. Diogo Dalot, I think, is really good going forward. Maybe some question marks about Dalot's defending, but I think he's definitely improved this season and is probably one of our best players in this current season. So, yeah, it looks like there will be a lot of movement between Manchester United and Serie A clubs. I will, of course, keep you updated on that one. And I've got a bit of a trivial question for you. So if you could sign any player from Serie A, let me know in the comment section. Who would it be? Would you go for Osimhen? Would you go for... let me know. Who would you like to see? Osimhen would be an incredible signing, but it's probably unrealistic. But yeah, you can let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. Let's move on to the next story, though. Let's talk about Ten Hag and about the management. It's the topic of every day, isn't it, at the moment? And so the headline this morning, this is coming directly from Erik Ten Hag, and I'll read you the quote. So Ten Hag has been asked about his future, about whether he thinks he'll be at the club next summer. And he says, I have a very positive feeling about it because I'm talking on a daily basis with the new ownership and they've said what direction they want to go in. And I feel very positive about that. So for all of those people who think Erik Ten Hag's been sacked, Erik Ten Hag is convinced he's staying. He's telling us in an official press conference that Ineos are talking to him on a daily basis. They're planning for the future together. There's only 7 games left of the Premier League season. Like, we're probably not going to get Champions League football. We're probably going to get Europa or Europa Conference League. So I don't really see how between now and the end of the season, Ineos can turn around and go, yes, we've been planning with you for the future. Yes, we've been talking to you every day about transfers, but we don't want you here anymore. Goodbye. I just don't believe that will happen. And I'm just really, really hoping that, what Erik Ten Hag has said in this press conference is the truth, because it would really, really disappoint me if next week they sack him, because it would just annoy me. But Erik Ten Hag also then goes on to say, we have good transfer plans planned. I think also with quality players, you see now our recruitment. Andre Onana is doing well. Rasmus Højlund, everyone is seeing his big talent and potential. So we're doing quite good. He says, so the recruitment is good, but if they have better ideas, we're always open for them. So he's talking about Dan Ashworth here, always open for them. And you always have to judge if we have options, but they come with better options. We are open to fill this in, but we have a way we want to play. So we know our profiles. So, I mean, he's still very, very much in the mindset that he will remain as the Manchester United manager. He then goes on to say that we are working in the background on plans with the scouting. So what we do with our staff is we are working on our plan. The plan is ready, but we have to execute it. And yes, I trust the new ownership will work as quickly as possible and bring new good structures that they will then execute. So he's fully convinced that he's staying. He's telling us that he speaks with Ineos on the daily. He's telling us that Ineos have clearly told him he's part of their future. So, I mean, stranger things can happen in football. We might get a story tomorrow saying that he's been sacked. I think football is quite a fickle sport. If we were to lose badly to Bournemouth today, then you never know what could happen. Whereas you just have to hope and pray that we go on a bit of a run now. We've got some pretty difficult fixtures coming up. Obviously, today is probably the most difficult one. I know people will say it's Bournemouth, what are you talking about? But Bournemouth are a good side. They're well coached. They've got good players. They beat us 3-0 at Old Trafford earlier this season. Although what I will say is Man United seem to be a bit better away from home at the moment than they are at home. I think it's because away from home, there's less pressure on them. There's pressure on the home side to come out and attack, whereas Man United can then kind of do their stuff. But then if you look after this, we've got some winnable games. Obviously, we've got Coventry City next weekend in the FA Cup's semi-final, which we have to win. So if we were to win today, beat Coventry, then you've got Sheffield United at home and Burnley at home. So the next 4 games, I think, ultimately are going to fully dictate whether Erik Ten Hag remains as the Manchester United manager, because realistically, we can't be losing a single one of these games. We need to be beating Bournemouth, obviously need to be beating Coventry City, and need to beat Sheffield United and Burnley. Those 4 wins, I think, will secure Erik Ten Hag's position for next season. If we were to lose all of these games, I would imagine he'll be sacked. If we were to lose against Bournemouth and then lose against Coventry, I think it would be very difficult for him to remain in the position, because we are expected to win those games. I know, as I said, no game is easy in the Premier League, but if we were to lose to Bournemouth today, Champions League's gone and probably Europa League's gone, which would be inexcusable, to be honest. I mean, a draw would be disappointing, but I think considering we lost 3-0 to Bournemouth at home, a draw wouldn't be terrible. It wouldn't be a good result, but it wouldn't be terrible. But let me know what you guys think. What's your expectation for the rest of the season? Where do you think Manchester United need to finish in order for Erik Ten Hag to keep his job? Do you think he needs to get Champions League? Do you think he needs to be 5th and maybe win the FA Cup? 6th and win the FA Cup? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. The final story for this morning is about Raphael Varane. This is coming out from Sky Sports. And apparently Varane will leave the club in the summer. His contract expires in June. He's on £350,000 per week at the moment. Man United apparently not prepared to offer him a new contract on his current salary. And if he was going to stay, it would have to be on a heavily reduced contract, which apparently he's not willing to take. So it looks like Man United will part ways with Varane. I think he's a quality player. I think his injury record is a worry. He's definitely injury prone for me, and he's not somebody who should be paid anywhere near 350 grand. He's 30, 31 this year. He's missed so many games this season, so many games last season. And I think it's time he moves on. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think Varane should be moved on? Obviously, it'll be a free agent. We won't get any money for him, but we will be saving around £18 million a season in his wages, $350,000 a week. So it's a massive, massive saving of wages. And the final story of today, just as a little fun one, is about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And the headline this morning is that apparently Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is in talks to become the next Republic of Ireland manager. So we'll keep you updated on that one. Obviously, I wish Ollie all the best. I know it didn't really work out for him at Manchester United, but regardless, he is a legend of this club, isn't he? He brought us he gave us all that incredible moment in the Champions League, winning us the game. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will always have a place in my heart. And just because his managerial stint at Manchester United didn't result in any trophies, I still like the guy and I still wish him all the best. He's a very likeable person. So good luck to Ollie. Right, I'm going to leave the video here. As I said, I will be back live after the Bournemouth game, hopefully with some positivity after a big win. If you have enjoyed this morning's video, please leave a comment, like, subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you any money. This has been Daily Red Devil. Have an amazing day, everybody, and I'll speak to you all this evening.